Alrighty, my friends, we are back. Hope you all enjoyed your food, your snack. I had some chips and salsa. I think we all had some. Oh, that looks like toast or bread or something. And Jeremiah had his Bucky's, something in his Bucky's thermos, right? Hashtag sponsored. So we're going to jump right back into this Curse of Strahd, where we just learned there's something abyssal down here. So I'm going to go back to our main screen and hand it over to you, Doreen.
Yeah, you're hearing the chanting in abyssal. You're seeing the ghouls everywhere, and bringing to mind demon cults. You do see this ghoul who just kind of made his way into this room. He's not being quiet. You know, they're not really stealthy creatures. They're seeing that there's some humanoid flesh in front of them, so he's immediately going to try to attack. So everyone will need to roll their initiative for me, please.
And thank you, Jitterbug, because I did realize that every time I rolled for my rapier or throwing daggers damage, I was rolling zeros and only doing the damage from my dexterity modifier, so that's why they were so bad.
When I saw it happen that third time, I was like, wait a second.
So now I know I didn't want to use those. I thought they were terrible, but I just suck at putting a sheet together.
Okay.
I think mine is wrong, so I'm going to change mine to... Mine's actually 8, not 11 there.
Okay, everyone, your initiative looks right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the ghoul is up first, and he just kind of clambers over this table and this bench to get to you, Evander.
Oh my god, not again.
We're gonna have some post-traumatic stress after this.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's gonna again just come out and sweep at you with his claws.
Oh, I think that hits. If my AC is 13, then a 14 would hit, correct?
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
Just barely.
So you would still take that damage, but you also need to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Goodness, ouch.
Oh, you just made it.
Oh, thank goodness.
Nice.
I can't dodge him, but at least I'm not getting paralyzed.
Okay. So
that's 8
that's
damage. Okay.
Tasso, you're kind of far in the back, but you would have seen this creature kind of lurch forward over this bench and table to get to Evander, and I'm sure Evander, you probably let out a little scream.
Yeah, Evander's bloody. Oh god, not again.
So what would you like to do?
So I'm gonna run forward and make space over here, and at this point I will... How damaged do you look, Evander? Are you in bad shape?
I am on my sheet. I will tell you, I am bloodied.
Okay. Yeah, so say don't give exact numbers.
Yeah, I don't want to give you exact, but I am definitely bleeding for sure.
All right. Then I will use one of my spell slots to reach out and touch your back and inject some nature healing into your wounds.
Oh, this bard will definitely take it.
And you for 9.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
And
is
there only one creature in here at this time?
Yes, right now there's only one.
All right, so then I'm going to that'll be it for now.
Okay. Evander, now it's your turn.
Evander looks over at Tasso, says, "Wow, you have some power," and he is inspired himself now. So he is going to with his empowerment, try to use his new and improved rapier to stab this thing that just attacked him. New and improved.
Guys, I've been holding the pointy in the whole time.
I'm trying to bash him over the head with this thing. Here we go. Let's see. Oh.
Fortunately,
You haven't found the balance yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to thrust, and he doesn't have his balance. So
Just moved over. So.
Well, after that fail, he does want to back up though. So Evander's actually kind of he trusts Galen. So if he can move back to kind of be back by Galen.
All right. Before you do that, you should know as a player if you move outside of his.
That's an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
He's still gonna do it. I do understand. He's still gonna attempt to move out.
All right. He's going, before you just get out of reach, he's going to try to take a bite out of you.
Okay.
Because he's hungry. I mean, they've been down here for who knows how long.
Not just hungry, he's hangry.
No, it's a legitimate thing, guys.
Everybody, the problem is everybody's hungry in this house. First it was with kids.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you're just a little too quick for.
Oh, good.
For the Google. So you don't have to worry about.
Ender skips and moves back here. Whoops, moves back to right over here.
Okay. All right, then Connor, it is your turn.
Okay. I can't actually see anything except the space I'm currently. Is that intended?
Oh, no. See, yeah, we might just do away with this. Because on my screen, the Ghoul opens up everything. But
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, on my screen, it's not lit up either.
Once Roll20 decides it wants to catch up with what I'm trying to do, I'll increase his... I'll let him, the token, emit some light so you guys can all see what's in here.
Perfect.
Okay.
But you're basically in this room that looked like maybe a dining hall for a group of people.
I'd say I can see the
There we
room.
go.
Okay, now I can see.
Yeah,
it.
that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. And for me, it looks the same. Like nothing changed on my end.
Connor's going to slip his bone rod back into his belt. He's going to draw his warhammer and take a swing at this thing.
Nice.
Oh, snaps. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
I think I'll have to manually do the D8.
Yeah, it would be the
He's
D8.
only wielding one-handed.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So it's D8 plus 1, so 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Okay. So solid hit. You can almost hear and feel some of the bones breaking and crunching as the warhammer makes purchase against this ghoul's body. But he's still
As I should.
standing, looking a little wobbly though. What were you gonna say?
Turn. Just said as I should. Feel the crunching when I hit with my hammer.
Oh,
Then,
yeah.
Galen, you're up.
Okay. Do I have enough movement to be able to get to him? How far is this away?
Absolutely. He's
Okay.
about maybe about 10 feet away.
Your little dwarf legs can get there.
Excellent. Inspired by my dwarven brother who just crushed this guy's legs, I am going to swing away. I'm going to put away my shield so I can swing this thing two-handed.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Now it's more than bloodied. That between those two hits, It's bleeding profusely. It's barely able to stand up on his legs. Its chest is kind of caved in. And Ulrich, it is your turn.
So it's still barely standing, right?
It's barely standing, yeah.
Ulrich's just gonna peek out from behind the corner and look and make sure there's nothing else coming down the hallway.
Okay. Nope, nothing's coming down there.
Okay, then he's just gonna go back in the shadows and hold a spell.
All right.
Does Evander see this being right back here with him?
Seeing what?
See Ulrich just peek out, just do nothing,
Yeah.
and then hide again?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, then Evander's going to do something next, but okay.
Yeah, I don't even see him.
I'm just across from you. I lost the light again from the
Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna say,
I did too.
it lost it for me too.
I
No,
just
roll
see the
20.
dog.
Hold on, it's really slow on my end. Let me just reload this page because nothing has changed. Except Ulrich moved into that hallway, and all of a sudden, none of us can see anything. What'd you do, Ulrich?
Yay!
And if it doesn't reset properly, I'm just removing the dynamic lighting. Okay, there we go. You guys can see?
Not for me, no.
I can.
I mean, yeah, I've got good lighting, but
Oh, now it's reloading.
Yep, that worked.
Okay, now I can see it, yeah.
Okay.
I don't
There we
see
go.
where Evan.
It's because he's under another token.
Is he
Oh,
moving?
yeah, I'm under the dog. I'm basically right here.
Oh,
Yeah. Me and the dog are... I was riding the dog.
Okay. So it's the ghoul's turn. I'm gonna turn around and take a swipe at you, Connor.
Bring it.
All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ghoul. It's gonna just attack with the claws.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Oh. That is a hit. Okay, so the damage, and do your DC save for me, please.
Constitution.
Yes, sir.
Is this against poison?
Oh.
Well, it doesn't really
No.
matter.
Against poison. It's against being paralyzed. But yeah, you do ridiculously well on that save.
Nice. You are a dwarf.
And then
That's right.
Tassa, what would you like to do?
Oops.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the old trusty quarterstaff here and swing back with two hands and
Okay.
whack.
Maybe you'll get it? No, you don't.
That's about right.
That's about par for the course.
So yeah, once again, your staff fails you.
As soon as I go to swing, Scruffles moves and throws me off balance. So
Yeah, it's a hard miss. Like you just whiffed so hard trying to get this creature.
it's a good thing Galen's so short, or else I would have clocked him in the face.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this dog freaking out while this fight is happening. He's being moved around. He's swinging the stick.
He's looking, so the ears are kind of like, he's obviously nervous and uncomfortable, but he's very anxious, but he's still quiet. It's just like wide eyes. You can see, like, if you know like what whale eyes look like on a dog, that's kind of what he's doing.
Okay.
He's starting to pant a little heavily. But Evander, it is your turn.
Well, having seen Ulrich peeking out and doing nothing, he's actually trying to remember if he's ever seen Ulrich help them at all in any of these fights. And he's like,
And you have
well,
not.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think. Well, first, just do a quick little history check. For
okay, history check. The history of Ulrich.
So I would say your memory would be very accurate. Ulrich, have you helped the group at all? As far as engaging in battle?
No.
He
So
pointed out
Evander-
the animated armor.
Yeah.
I'm not
Very
actually. No one has seen me take an actual aggressive action.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what you would recall, Evander.
Well, then Evander actually wants to reach out and kind of like grab Ulrich's collar, say, "Pull yourself together, man. You need to help us."
I'm fine here.
Evander's gonna he's not gonna try to spend a lot of time pep talking. He was gonna be like, "You're pathetic," and then turn and move just close enough to throw a dagger.
I feel like that should be vicious mockery, but
It's a lighter vicious mockery.
Yeah. All right, so you take a couple seconds to try to
just
rally him,
and then kind of give up.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, and then
All
I
right,
will
so-
attempt to throw a dagger, basically.
Okay, go ahead.
And
That
looks like I
is
whiff.
going to go high, so it will miss, unfortunately. But you hear it clatter on the stone or on the dirt floor.
Okay.
And then, did you want any movement?
I moved a little bit closer. I'm gonna stay kind of right behind Galen because
Okay.
Evander feels safer around Galen in these fights.
I would too. Then Connor, you're up.
All right. He didn't like taking those claws to the face. I try to give as good as he got.
Okay.
Oof.
All right, that will hit.
Oh,
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
6 damage.
Okay. And with that, it just kind of crumples at your feet. And it is dead.
Seems this house has a pest problem.
I give a bit of a dwarven cheer to Connor.
Ah,
If Evander heard toss, he was like, "That's
Already.
the
Well
largest
done."
pest I've ever seen."
Ulrich steps out from behind the corner and makes sure that this ghoul is destroyed. And then, question to the players on recommendation of the DM. So I don't know when Ulrich revealed that he understood Abyssal, if any of your characters would even know what that language is. And if they did, would they find it strange that this scrawny, basically teenage, weird person knows this ancient demon language? So just throwing that out there.
No. Tasso knows the wilderness. I barely can communicate in common, so.
I know
think-
common and dwarvish. That's it. So I
I
don't
think,
even know exactly what you guys were even talking about at this point.
I think Connor would know that the language exists, but he wouldn't recognize it when he heard it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Evander definitely wouldn't know details about it. He's just trying to learn the sound of it, basically.
Yeah, I would say of all of you, the only one who might even know what this language is, have awareness of it and knowledge of it, would be Connor.
Okay.
Obviously, he doesn't speak it, he doesn't read it or write it, but he would be the only one that would probably have come across it in his studies.
Yet somehow Ulrich knows.
Well, Evander would like to,
Yes.
after that battle, walk down and grab the dagger, and
Mhm.
then just
No
make some comment like, "Does anybody want to see if Mr. Pasty back here can grow a spine? Because he's not any help with these things."
I didn't ask to be here. You were the ones that wanted to come traipsing down, looking for these dark powers to give salvation to the people that died here. Why would you even come down here, playing into the hands of whatever brought us? You think we're going to survive this way? We should be trying to find a way out, not running straight towards this. This is insane.
Evander says, "We won't survive if we won't help each other. If you're just going to cower every time, how do you think you're ever going to get out of here?"
I've survived fine.
Two things, lad. First of all, something brought us here. and took measures to trap us here. We aren't going to escape unless we can overcome what it's set here for us. Second, what kind of world do you want to live in, lad?
The
You
kind
want
of
to live in
world.
a world where everyone just seeks to preserve their own life and nobody tries to deal with any threats to common good?
There's no common good here. We were kidnapped. If all of us were kidnapped, what's that bone that you use? I've noticed you've been using necromantic magic.
I use necromancy. I do not deny it. As valid a school of study as any other.
Evander says, at least he uses it against our enemies.
But strange that we find ourselves here in this place with undead and ghouls, and he among us has necromancy. Did it occur to you that maybe he is working for whatever brought us here, that he's leading us deeper into whatever it wants? What if they're watching this, laughing at us, going deeper and deeper into whatever they want us to do?
That's a near certainty, lad.
Then we bring the show to them.
I agreed.
I
And do what?
Yeah.
Make them regret making us their playthings.
Whatever brought us here was powerful enough to transport us. We don't even know where. We can't even see outside. It's full of mist. You think something that has that kind of power is not going to be able to destroy you?
And yet you want to escape to this mist.
I better take my chances out there than be led right where it wants us to.
In
How
my
many more
experience-
ghouls do you think will be down here? What else? What more are we going to find? There's a whole room of people chanting in a language to some demon undead god. I heard it. You're going to kill all of them?
Everyone make a perception check. I'm not trying to kill the mood. You can continue the conversation while I review your results here.
do have disadvantage as well still.
In my experience, the pack is stronger together. Should you go off
Maybe-
on your own into the mist, you leave yourself to your own devices and not to those that have obviously acted to defend you. I think you need to get off the ground. You need to find yourself some courage, and you need to work with the pack. And with that, I walk away.
May be right, lad. We may be playthings to some evil puppet master. There's another possibility. We may be here to right a wrong. Given that I don't know which is which, if there's a wrong in front of me, I'll try to right it.
All right, and Tasso, as you walk away towards this other entrance, you actually see a shadow move away from you, and you hear the sound of a man sobbing and crying coming from further down this hallway.
I turn back to the party. I say, we are not alone.
Aye, laddie, I told you that about like 10 minutes ago.
Evander just chuckles. Yeah, tell me about it.
Here, yeah, you didn't see a person moving. You just saw a shadow. Kind
So,
of.
so with the shadow, there'd have to be a light source coming from somewhere. Where is that light source, and where's the shadow being cast?
It's further down the hallway. So you would see, from your perspective, again, I wish I could see exactly what you all see.
Mhm.
So this space that you're in right now, it obviously turns into a hallway. So there's a little bit of a light source that's coming So it turns south and it eats soggy waffles, southwest, and then will continue straight. And it seems to be coming from down
Like further
down this
south?
hallway. It's around the corner. Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's definitely further south.
There is movement through this doorway.
More ghouls? Evander just asks.
I turn and I hand the.
Say, just because you asked ghouls, Galen, you still would be feeling, or even remembering,
Mhm.
down that way there were some undead.
I would just, I guess hearing Evander said that, I would just go, probably so, laddie. Probably so. Do you hear anything, Tasso? Movement.
Do I just see the shadow or do I hear anything?
She said you heard crying, is what you heard.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I hear some weeping.
Yeah, it was like
Sounds like a male figure.
like sobbing. A man, yeah, like mourning
Must be a relative of the.
in the depths of some type of sorrow.
Evander's like, I haven't heard these ghoul things sobbing. Do you think there's a person down here? It's not from the chanting. The chanting's off somewhere else.
Maybe it's another one of those spirits. Actually, question DM. When we were talking to Lavinia, did her voice have a different quality that made it apparent she was a ghost, or did it sound like a normal person?
It sounded pretty normal. Yeah, there was nothing like odd about it, other than the fact it was coming from a spectral creature.
Okay, and same with this voice too. Seems
Mhm.
We can stand here and play guessing games, or we can go and find out. And so I'm going to try to quietly creep my way around to see if I can get a better perspective into this hallway and room.
Okay.
Follow with him.
I'm going to try to create. I'll probably just pull out your dancing lights token, Ulrich. But obviously, it's not dancing lights. I just want to create the light source so that you guys can see.
Evander's going to want to go and say something to Ulrich before he follows them, but I'll wait till.
Okay. All right. So Tasso, can you move your token to where you think your character would be?
Yeah, so can I give like a stealth check on this? Because I'm going to try to creep quietly, or do you want to do the stealth check for me and then.
You can roll,
Okay.
and I will.
2 natural 20.
Ooh, wow.
Holy.
Well done.
So I go all over. I go anywhere I want.
You're on the
That's not
ceiling.
quite how it works,
Yeah.
but
No,
you
I
do
know.
very, very well. Okay.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm slowly gonna creep like into this area, and then if I see that kind of tease, I want to peek around and just kind of get a lay of what's in there and see if I can see the source of the sound.
All right. So as you come through into that little hallway there, you definitely start to hear the sobbing grow a little bit louder. But you don't see any other movement at this time.
Do I get a better view into the room, or is it still more just like hallway?
You're right now, you would be facing another wall about 5 feet in front of you, and then it opens up into a hallway that goes further south.
Yeah, so I would continue to kind of creep in this way as well.
Okay. So upon seeing that, obviously the hallway extends about another 20 feet. You can see that there is a light source coming from further below.
Mhm.
I say below because that's how I'm looking at it on the map,
Yeah.
but further south. And you just as you kind of turn that corner, right in the peripheral of your vision, you see another movement of shadow going further east around that corner.
Okay.
At the end of the hallway. So you would be like so you can see like.
Yeah.
Back
So it's
over.
a kind of a longer hallway, and then does it T there? Do I see like kind of 2 openings?
It's not a T. It just will turn to the east. It's just one turn down to the east.
And then if I took a step south, is that hallway both east and west there?
Yes.
Okay.
And that one you would hear the chanting to your. Sorry, I'm not good at directions. I'm such a girl.
Oh no.
To the east, or east, no, to your west.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
to the
would
west,
hear the
yeah.
chanting louder on that side. You would hear nothing coming from the other side,
Okay.
but it will open. You'll see a staircase to the west, and then another hallway that kind of turns into, like, turns on itself, so you can't
Okay.
see anything further.
Yeah, so I don't think I would venture too much further here. I would at least want to let Galen know what I'm seeing, so I may take a step back into this area.
And while you're doing that, what did Evander want to do?
Evander just wanted to say to Ulrich, you have a choice to make. You can either continue to cower and hide, or you can join the men and try to make something of yourself, because you can't always run from every fight. And he doesn't want to hear what Ulrich has to say. He just wants to step down to join the others after he says that.
All right, and what is Connor doing?
Arnold finds this 5-foot alcove he's in suspicious that someone went to the trouble of excavating this space and not put anything there. So he's going to investigate it.
All right. Make a. I'll give you the choice, either investigation or perception.
Ouch.
Oof.
Seemed like the right choice.
Okay, so I will say you at least find that there does seem to be like a trap door here, but you're not able to kind of open it and figure out where it goes.
Interesting. It's my turn.
Question, DM. So is Evander standing at the door behind which the chanting is coming from?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Is Evander standing at the door where he heard the chanting?
Yeah, so he's standing at the side of where the chanting's coming from.
Okay. Is Ulrich close? Ulrich just kind of wants to make his way forward enough that he can start to make out words from the chanting.
Okay. I will have you make that roll a little bit later. I'm
Okay.
going to say you need some time to kind of really listen and take a moment. So while you're doing that, what is everyone else doing? Tasso, you went back to Galen?
Yeah, I went back to Galen to report everything I see, and we can sit here all day and discuss options, or we can just do.
I look at Tasso and just go, I'm about doing, laddie. Let's go in there and see if these are friend or foe.
Agreed.
Evander says, I'll be right behind you.
I immediately turn to Evander, though, and I lean in and I whisper to him, and I just go, watch our slinky friends, lad.
Do I hear this?
I did
Galen,
say
are
I
you
whispered
trying to
to
be
him.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I say it in Dwarvish.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
And Evander knows Dwarvish, and so Evander's like, make signs, like, he knows.
Yeah, what it was.
Universal Dwarvish signs.
Yeah, Dwarvish signs, that's right. I learned the war clan signals of his clan or something.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I would turn to Connor, who I guess at that point is just checking out the corner, and just go, Connor, what did you find over there, lad?
Suspect there's a trap door here, but I can't quite figure out the mechanism.
You can always do it the old Dwarvish way. Just jump up and down, lad. Stomp on it. Smash it with your warhammer.
Yeah, I forgot. If this is stonework, as a dwarf, I think I would have had advantage on that roll.
You can tell it's made out of clay.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
A component of stone.
Yeah, I was like,
Cousin.
but not quite close enough that I would let you get advantage on it. But I mean, to be fair, you're lucky you even know anything is there.
That's true.
All right, so I turn and look at Galen and say, "Do you want me to lead, or should you?"
I will just walk past Tasso and just go, stay behind me, lad. Stay close, though.
No worries there.
Evander will stay at the door so he can keep an eye on Ulrich and also keep an eye down this hallway as best as he can. Just to keep an eye on everything.
I just go back. Make sure someone gets Connard over here with us, lads. We're going to need him.
I try to mimic the whole dwarvish signals that they gave to Evander. I'm like, and then I would turn around and start following Galen.
Evander's like, what the? That didn't mean anything.
So I'm gonna stay 5 feet, like right, basically glued to Galen.
All right.
Okay, so is this a T juncture here?
It's not a
Right
T.
here in the middle?
No. Well, oh, in the middle, like
Right there
behind
is,
you,
right?
then yes. Yep,
Okay.
that is a T.
If I look side to side, are those dead ends? Or
So
do I... Is it just darkness?
one to the east, it actually is another corner. It turns to the south, so you can't see
Gotcha.
anything
Okay.
beyond that. The one to the west actually is another one of those little truncated staircases that move down 5 or 6 steps.
Gotcha.
further
Okay. I would turn back to Tasso and just go, do you remember which way, lad?
So based off of the shadow that I saw, would I think that the person was down the hallway further or coming from the west?
No, you would gather that they were actually further south. At
Okay.
the very, very
And I would-
far end. That's where you last saw the
Yeah, where
shadow.
that dancing light is, basically.
Yeah, so I would
Okay.
point and just kind of gesture farther south, like straight ahead.
Okay. Then I'm just going to continue to walk down there. But I'm going to keep a very slow pace, a very slow, methodical pace to make sure everybody is with us here.
Yeah.
All right. Ulrich, if you could go ahead, just make what I want you to actually roll for this. Give me a history check or Arcana. I'll let you choose.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
There we
nice
go.
selection.
Okay. Thank you. Give me just a moment. While I do that, Connard, are you moving your character to follow them? Is Evander following them?
Evander's staying at the doorway because Galen told him to keep an eye on Ulrich, basically. So
Okay.
I want to be an earshot of where Galen went, but keeping an eye on Ulrich, basically.
Got it. And Connard, okay, you're following them.
Correct.
Okay. So Ulrich, with that roll, you are able to pick out pretty much everything that they're saying. And it does sound like they are summoning sorry, I got distracted. That they're summoning Orcus, Prince of Undeath. I'm sorry.
Focus.
And you would know they're getting some names and words confused. So you're starting to feel that what they're trying to summon, they're probably not doing it correctly. So it's leaving you a little bit uneasy because you know from just your reading what can go wrong with one word being incorrect in an incantation.
Yes, but their goal is Orcus. They're just not doing it correctly.
Right. Their goal is Orcus, but they're bringing up the Prince of Undeath as well, and you know that that's not Orcus. but they are tied
Okay.
in demonic history, if you will.
I was
And
really hoping you said orchids.
No.
Yeah, that'd be.
Not-
Oh, it's just some
not
flowers.
as
That's
bad.
nice.
It's
am I
trying to
able,
flowers. That's all. No. Nope.
while I'm listening, am I able to discern about how many voices are chanting?
There's about, you would guess, it sounds like it's echoing here and there. You know for certain that there was probably at least 5, but
Okay.
it also, yeah, for sure at least 5, but it could also be more. You're not entirely certain on the exact number, but it's multiple voices.
Okay, then on hearing this, I turn to Evander. Half elf. There's something going on in here. It's really wrong. They're trying to summon a deity called Orcus, and they're not doing it right, and they're bringing up something else. They're trying to summon the Prince of Undead. They're related, but they're not the same, and this could be very, very bad. We need to get out of here, or we need to stop them.
Evander's a little taken aback that he's so adamant about something. He says, how do you know? How do you know this?
Because I can understand what they're saying.
Didn't you say it was in like some abyssal language? You speak that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well that's definitely bad. I don't know anything about demon summoning rituals. How would we stop something like that?
You wanted action, well, now's the chance. We just might have to kill them.
Are you prepared to do this? You haven't done anything else that's attacked you this entire time.
If we do nothing, we're dead anyway.
We have to tell the others. We can't go running into all these guys. We have to tell the others.
All right, and speaking of the others, are you guys continuing to walk down this hallway?
I was doing it relatively, again, like slowly and methodically. I'm to assume that Tasso and I would have looked back to make sure everybody's with us.
All right. Well,
If
first,
Evandor is not there, I would definitely have stopped.
okay. First, go ahead. Just do a quick stealth check, all of you guys who are trying to
Okay.
And
go
we
down
still
this hallway.
have the Pass Without a Trace. So
Probably.
it lasts an hour.
An hour. Okay, then, yeah, definitely. You guys would have that.
So plus 10 to all those.
Okay, easy peasy.
20.
No
Oh,
problem. Galen, you would see that Evander hasn't followed you, but your line of sight is broken by the fact that they are now around this corner.
Okay. Then I would have stopped and just go, Tasso. Lad, where's the rest of them?
I look back because I haven't been paying attention and said, well, other dwarf is with us. I don't know where the others are at.
The other dwarf's name is Connor of the clan Andarak. Once again,
I look back and I go, I move Tasso just slightly to the side so I can see Connor.
Mhm.
Just go, Connor, lad, where's the rest of the group?
they're
Connor-
behind me. They seem.
Connor would be able to see Evander. You know you just passed him.
and maybe Connor just hearing this like intense whispering between Ulrich and Evander.
He definitely would be hearing Evander whispering or talking back to you.
Yeah.
They're behind me. Seem to be debating whether to follow or not.
They are trying to debate whether to follow or not. And I will just in a stronger whisper, just go, Laddie, Evandor!
Can I hear this?
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Evander's gonna poke his head around and say, bad news, guys. Demon summoning or something going on.
Or you're telling me, Laddie, that Ulrich turned into a demon? That is bad.
Yeah, no, but he figured out what they're chanting, and what they're chanting is demon summoning or something. Really bad. He said to stop it.
I come behind the corner and poke my head around. I'm like, will you shut up and get over here? We have to go through those doors.
And you
I just go,
hear
"Oh,
the,
laddie, you're still here."
you hear the sound of the sobbing man, even more pressing.
I start whispering in the hallway. There's a ritual going on. I can understand what they're saying. I speak the language. They're trying to summon something, but they're summoning something else also, and they don't realize their mistake, and this could kill all of us.
I guess for
This
Galen, that
cannot
would
be allowed to stand.
Yeah, I think for Galen, he would be like, if you're hearing dark rituals as being a paladin, then I would definitely be more apt to go there. So I would just turn and just go, "Hey, sobbing man, might you be okay?"
Dungeon Master, can I have had any idea how much longer this ritual has before completion, or am I not sure?
I would say it's going to be a pretty long incantation.
Okay.
You would gather. I mean, you guys have been down here for a while, and all you've seen are these ghouls. It's not easy to summon a demon. You know,
Yes.
it's a lot of hard work.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I'm speaking from experience. I'm just saying, it
Could
is
be.
collectively going to take a fair bit of time, concentration, and energy that you need to put out there to kind of open this area, this space up for another entity to come through a different plane. So you didn't get a sense from what you've been hearing already that there's any sense of urgency, like, oh my gosh, guys, it's going to happen in the next 30 seconds. But you also don't know how long they've been chanting either. So
Then I continue to say, there's magic happening in that chamber. They could be the ones that brought us here, and they could be how we leave. And I turn to Connard and I say, they're trying to summon Orcus. Do you know of him?
Do I know of Orcus?
you've probably come across the name in a general sense of who he is and what he has done. I would say for sure, definitely you. Everyone else, maybe not. I think maybe Evander from certain stories, but that would be a long stretch.
Yeah, probably just the name, because he doesn't focus on those kind of stories.
Yeah.
Religion and deities are not my focus of knowledge, but I understand this must not be allowed to proceed to completion.
No, Orcus will kill us, will destroy us. They're also bringing something through, and they don't realize what it is. It's the Prince of the Undead.
Will you stand with us as we try to stop them, lad?
I'll do what I have to do to survive.
Enough for me.
Whisper in Dwarvish to Connard. Merely, lad, can we even trust him? But I'm too assuming Evander can hear it as well.
Yeah, I would be able to hear that, yeah.
And Tasso's just back to the mic.
Replying in Dwarvish. I think if he were trying to deceive us, he would not have been so craven.
Do I hear the whispering happening?
Between us? I'm
Where is Connor?
I'm whispering to keep it
Oh, he's
down,
way
but
down
I
there.
don't have
Oh.
any problems
Yeah.
him hearing it.
I probably don't hear it necessarily.
Well, what if, yeah, you might hear that they're talking.
Connor's not whispering. He's
Okay, well
replying.
then yeah, you would hear that.
But it's in Dwarvish, so unless you speak Dwarvish, you wouldn't know what they were saying.
Yeah, right.
I pretend like I know. I'm like,
Smart man.
Evander in Dwarvish would like to say, this is the first time he's not run as soon as he heard trouble, so I think this might be serious.
Can you speak in common? What are you saying?
I reply in Dwarvish. That, are we absolutely sure, laddies? You
Haven't
seem to
You
be...
don't trust me, maybe? Is that why you're speaking in a different language?
I am not trusting this of him at all, laddies. He's shown no spine up to this point.
Go ahead, Galen.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an insight. Well, I'm going to roll an insight check for you.
Sure.
Just to kind of maybe get a glean and inkling into Ulrich here.
Okay. Just like
Evander,
in physical countenance.
yeah. I mean, Evander has also told you, again, this is the first time he's ever like popped up
Sure,
and said,
okay.
hey, there's something here. So I feel like you would then also might also want to
Okay.
maybe reassess him.
Sure.
So I'm going to roll it for you, and then I will have Ulrich give you the response of that insight check.
Okay.
And my chat's not working right. I can see all your replies, but it won't let me send it. So I'm just going to message you, Archon, the number. And then based off of that number, because I trust you all to be honest with what Galen will have gleaned from the words that you're speaking, the tone of the voice. He can't see your body at the moment, but also keeping in mind Evander.
Mm-hmm.
And the DC would be if you maybe want to, or just kind of go off what this is in
Just
general.
go off the number, because it's not an opposed thing. Just with that number, what do you think he would be able to discern about Ulrich's personality, what he's saying?
Yeah, Ulrich has been very closed and withdrawn from the beginning, and he's also skittish. He's definitely in a survival mode, but his survival mode has usually been run away from something. But this time he actually is considering or saying, maybe we shouldn't run. But at the same time, he speaks Abyssal. He's the only one apparently that can understand what's being said. So is he actually trying to help you by saying, go in here and stop this? Or is maybe he leading you to something? You have no idea. But those seem to be the possibilities.
Okay.
So it's
So with
striking
that-
that yeah.
So with that, and also your own paladin nature,
Mm-hmm.
you hear that there's something evil afoot, especially devils and demonic.
Right, yeah.
You can't have that. So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I do a religion check?
Sure, why not? What are you looking for? What are you trying to figure out?
I don't specifically know, I'm guessing, who Orcus is, but would I have any idea of any religions that would try to work, or at least bring about the undead, or anything that's trying to raise some kind of demonic beings?
Okay. Sure, go ahead and make a roll for me. All right.
Nice.
So
I still have disadvantage, though.
that's true, but still, that's still
Okay.
a fairly good roll. You would be aware that there are quite a few cults out there that are always kind of swayed by the promise of power. And demons and devils, they kind of like to promise that they will be able to provide this power to people.
Okay.
So it's not unheard of that there are some demonic cults out there, and I'm going with your disadvantage number. You would know that summoning, enchanting, or not enchanting, but like kind of calling forth them is their usual grand goal. Like that, they want to bring this person,
Gotcha.
this thing into our realm.
The physical realm. Gotcha.
Yes. So what he's saying as far as a demon being summoned does ring true to you
Okay.
based off of your own religion history.
With that, then I will walk past everyone and I walk up directly to Ulrich. And I just go, then laddie, I believe in you, but you're going to take the lead.
What?
And I'm going to push him forward.
Into the doors that are still closed, or are you like shoving
No,
me?
you just
None
gently in the direction of where you were coming from.
Yeah, so there's no doors in any of these hallways.
Okay.
There's, it's just like an open, almost like labyrinth down here.
So the chanting is coming from one of the passageways. It's not behind the door.
Yes, so the chanting is coming from that west part, and it does kind of veer to the north, so it does turn north, so you can't see beyond that corner. But yeah, there's no doors that you need to worry about opening. If you do come to any, I'll let you know. But so far, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, so I got to go kind of
I
like.
overhear the "you're gonna have to lead" comment from where I'm at if I was following behind him. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to go to the chanting, I have to go kind of this northwest kind of little passage. There might be some stairs here. Okay, when Galen pushes Ulrich forward, he just says, "Are you crazy? What if there's ghouls in there? I'm not a fighter. I don't have armor or weapons."
So as I hear that, I step up to him and I say, "If you expect us to trust you, will you trust me?"
What are you going to do?
Just touch your shoulder.
All right.
So I reach out and I touch his shoulder and I cast Spark Skin on him,
Okay.
which allows you to have your AC never be below 16 for the next hour.
All right.
He's like, I'm writing this down.
For purposes of Roll20 mechanics, do I need to temporarily change my AC?
Just tell me. I mean, I guess you could, but it's not like it will
Okay.
automatically
Just
take
wanted.
off your hit points anyway. So
Sure.
just-
When we see that number, we can resolve it.
absolutely
Okay.
Right.
remind me.
Okay.
It's now at 16.
So I look at him and touch him on the shoulder, and you feel essentially your entire epidermis get rigid like bark, on the side of a tree. And I say, "We are investing resources in you. Do not let us down."
Would I be familiar with this spell?
Honestly, probably not.
What is this?
It will provide you protection. You say you have no armor, and now you do. Your excuses are mute.
You meant moot, brother.
No, I'm a dumb character. I'm playing my character.
And my character is a pit.
Oh, okay. I thought you were correcting me out of game.
He's correcting you in game.
So many
And
layers. So many layers.
Yeah.
Well, then with that, Ulrich just sort of dumbfounded by what happened, and you can see his mind is racing through his eyes, and for a second almost seems like he's going to bolt, but then slowly turns and starts cautiously making his way towards the chanting.
I look at Galen and I go,
I look at him back and just go, I'm right behind you, lad.
Evander actually wants to walk next to Ulrich and quietly ask, if I had a way to put these summoners to sleep, would that disrupt their ritual?
Yes. Right? In game, out of game. In game, out of game.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
The Neverder will say,
Man,
"Well, I have a way that might be able to put them to sleep.
All right.
If you can get me within 90 feet of whoever's doing the chanting, I think I might be able to help."
I don't know. I don't know if they have creatures guarding them or people watching to cast spells. We don't know what we're going to find in there.
Then we go together. We will fight them together.
Ulrich just continues walking forward and would like to stealth if that's at all possible.
Absolutely. And again, feel free to move your tokens appropriately.
Okay,
Which way
I'm
are we
gonna
going?
stay with.
So we're going
Lavender.
upstairs then, yeah?
It's actually down.
Downstairs, okay.
It's
Oh,
down.
this way?
And Ulrich, as you turn that corner from where you are, you see this quick movement of shadow, and right in front of you, right in the middle between these two staircases, you see this body drop, and it just wavers in front of you as it's being held by a noose from one of these beams. It's bracing.
I just start screaming, kind of like stumbling backwards into, I guess, who's behind me? Evander?
I think it's Tasso.
Or Tassa?
Yeah.
But so it's just kind of like now wavering. It's solid form.
So I see it too.
Yeah.
Does it
And
smell
it's
dead?
the body of this human man, and suddenly you hear the sobbing stop. So he's from the rafters, being held by a noose, clearly dead. Honestly, Ulrich, you can see he's been long dead, but he's clutching this letter in his hand. And as his body is swaying and turning, you can even see teardrops on his cheeks.
Ulrich is going to first just do a quick scan, make sure nothing else is in the immediate area,
You don't
And
see
then-
anything else in the immediate area.
and very carefully reach for this letter
Okay.
and take a look at it.
Since everyone's in front of us and Ulrich's essentially ahead, is Connor and I just doing like a Gimli moment where we're just like trying to like hop and like look over everyone to find out what's going on?
I was going to say, because I saw your character down there, Galen, by that other staircase.
Mm-hmm.
You could have gone down that way if you wanted
I
to
could have.
continue. Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. But this is the letter that you find, Ulrich. So, I mean, Galen, if you wanted to move your token back that way, because that
Yeah,
was your
I can definitely do that.
absolutely go ahead. You would have totally seen this body drop from the rafters in front of everyone. And anyone who would
This way?
go that way as well, feel free to move.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right here. Okay.
But Ryan, you're so good last time. If you want to read this out loud.
Sure. My beloved children, I wish I could do what all fathers do and tell you that monsters aren't real, but it wouldn't be true. Life can create things of exquisite beauty, but it can also twist them into hideous beings, selfish, violent, grotesque, monstrous. It hurts me to say that your mother has turned into one such monster, inside and out. And I'm afraid the disease that afflicted her mind has taken hold of me as well. It sickens me to think what we've put you through. There is no excuse. I only ask of you, though I know I do not have the right to do so, to try and forgive us. I despise what your mother has become, but I love and pity her all the same. Rose, I wish I could see you blossom into a strong, beautiful woman. Thorn, Walter, I wish I could be there for you, but I can't. This is the only way. Goodbye. Is it signed? It's not signed or anything. That's all it is.
Ulrich says, "This must be Lord Durst."
You're muted,
You're
Doreen.
muted, Doreen.
There we go. I knew that. I will say that it's not in the letter as presented, but I'm going to go ahead and make a choice here and say it is signed by your beloved father, Gustav.
Gustav, okay.
Oh, his name is Gustav.
Okay, now Ulrich, what were you saying?
Ulrich just says out loud, "This must be Lord Durst."
I, like the craven, took the coward's way out, rather than right the wrongs he had committed.
Who knows what he was dealing with?
Should we cut him down?
This is a tragedy. This is Rose and Thorn's father? How could he do this?
Because he did, laddie. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And I looked
Well-
at Tasso and I just go, cut him down.
Don't make any noise.
And as you go to cut him down, the body disappears, but the rope remains.
A most effective way of cutting someone down, Tasso.
I've been practicing.
Excellent, laddie.
How much rope is there?
Maybe about like I don't know, 12 feet,
Can I cut it and take it?
if you'd like to. Sure.
DM question: Is Ulrich aware of any illusion magic that can create basically like physical form temporarily in the real world?
Not that you're aware of, and I will say that didn't seem like illusion to you.
Okay.
Did the letter stay? Is it still in Ulrich's hand?
I'm just sort of like holding it out like in disbelief. If anyone grabs it, they can just take it.
Evander would actually like to grab it because
Okay.
he cares. Well, the little interaction he had with Rose and Thorn, he actually felt connected, so he actually wants to keep this to remind him of them and to read the words again later.
Is there any magic that Ulrich would know that explains how this corpse would just disappear?
Unfortunately, not. It's almost really creepy.
Well, enough of the interactions I've had with Connor, and obviously whatever power he has, I look at Connor and I just go, lad, does this seem right to you?
Hey, nothing in the last several hours has seemed right to me.
Understood, lad. Understood.
What was this disease the letter mentioned? Their mother was the monster that Rose and Thorn talked about? What happened to her?
Don't know the answer to that, do we?
They must be some kind of necromancers. Maybe she was possessed or underwent some sort of transformation from the magic. Just be on guard.
I have no fear on
And if
that.
everyone looks ready, Ulrich's going to very cautiously make his way forward again.
Yeah, I kind of reach out with my battle axe and I just kind of pat him forward again.
Zach, were you going to say something?
That's what I did say.
I didn't hear you. People were talking.
Um,
So okay, I'm going to say Ulrich, Galen, where you're standing, you can tell that the chanting is actually, even though you're in this T hallway, the chanting is coming from the south.
Behind me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And Ulrich. It's always Ulrich. So, as you're walking through this hallway, something kind of clicks under you. I'm going to give you the chance to make a dex save right now.
Okay. Dex save.
I'm gonna give it to you with advantage because of reasons.
Because of reasons.
Nice.
Because
You
I'm
need those
so
reasons.
anxious right now. I'm high alert.
You are on high alert, but I also forgot that technically Galen probably walked past this
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah, give it
So-
to,
Yeah,
yeah,
probably
give it to him.
so.
Okay, so oh, you just made it. So
Oof.
with that, because I gave you advantage on it, with that save, you were able to kind of feel the floor falling underneath you just in time to make that leap to the other
Forward?
side. Yes.
Now there's a gap between. Oh gosh.
So now in front of Galen, you see that the floor has fallen down into this pit trap, and that there are spikes kind of coming up from the bottom of this.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's only about 5 feet across, but you guys would need.
I'm a dwarf. That's like 20 feet. For a dwarf.
It is. So keep in mind, you can either go ahead and try to jump, or you can just take the time to walk around.
Evander's definitely walking around, that's for sure.
Ulrich wants to immediately look down the hallway and see if the chanting has been affected by all this noise and collapsing stone.
It has not.
Okay.
Let me just.
T for trap.
Yeah.
Can I wall jump this thing? Like if I took a step back and I try to run up the side.
Parkour.
Like one step, one parkour. I want to parkour it.
Haha.
Because my athletics are
As-
good,
as-
but I don't know if it's dexterity. If it's dexterity, I'm like out.
Yeah, okay, what you're describing would definitely be like acrobatics. If you just want to take a running jump over this, I'll let you choose acrobatics or athletics. But you can't be parkouring over this
Okay.
this trap.
Evander's literally a
Straight up.
gymnast and he went around. Surely you wouldn't want to do that.
So I like to kind of size it up a few times and take a few like running like movements and then immediately stop and
Okay.
just go, I'm going to walk around, lad. I'll be back.
It's probably a smart
I'm
choice.
looking around.
Yeah, so Ulrich found the trap for you guys, and luckily he was able to go ahead and still jump through it. Jump over it.
That could have been bad.
Wait, did Connor just make that jump? Did he just make that jump? He just went right through.
He walked around.
No, I think
He did?
you guys
Okay.
are walking around.
Because
just
if
taking
Connor would have done it, I would have done it.
He's not gonna outshine me.
Right. All right. So Ulrich, you see that where you're at now. It again. There's another turn in this hallway towards the west,
Okay.
and the
Yeah.
chant is much louder here.
Does it seem like it's like the words are changing or the frequency at all, or just louder?
All of that has been the same, but now you feel like you're getting closer to the source.
Ulrich hearing, I don't know if anyone's noticing this, but when he hears all this louder chanting and abyssal, he sort of stops for a moment and almost kind of has like a moment where he loses himself and then just keeps walking, but wants to this time very carefully inspect the stone, see if maybe there's any obvious signs of traps like the one he just encountered.
There's no traps.
Okay.
Don't worry about rolling. There's no traps there.
Okay. Continuing on.
Okay. And,
Peeking around the corner, making sure everyone's close behind.
uh-huh. And you see this staircase, much longer than the ones you've encountered so far, descending below in front of you.
But it's probably pretty dark in front of me.
Let me give you the official description of the staircase. So it's about a 20-foot long staircase. And again, you can hear the ghostly chants coming from below. They're obviously originating from down below the staircase. And it's still hewn from, like, roughly hewn stone below you. Earthen walls, but you can't see. Well, does your character have any light source up?
I was going to say, if it seems pretty dark, he's going to bring up dancing lights and send them
Okay.
forward.
Yeah, it's fairly dark. There's no light coming from below you. So if you throw up your dancing lights and you put them forward, you would see that it kind of opens up into, it seems to be a rather large room with columns. But that's all that you can see from this vantage point.
Okay. And when he casts the spell, I guess Tasso's standing right behind him.
Yes.
Right there.
Ulrich turns away to utter the incantation, but Tasso probably still hears that when Ulrich does it, it doesn't sound like his voice. It sounds like this deep, almost inhuman sound, and the words he utters are very similar to what the chanting is. So it's something like, and then the lights appear. But he obviously was trying to conceal that, and then sends the dancing lights down.
Okay.
Okay, Ulrich just wants to really take a good look at this staircase with the lights, sending them forward. See if there's anything that looks like traps or hidden creatures.
There is no traps or hidden creatures.
Okay. Ulrich feels the clinging of his clothes on his damp skin and continues.
All right, hold on. Before I move you guys down, I want to bring out your dancing light here. All right, so Ulrich, I'll pull you down. And Evander, you'll be there too.
Okay.
So, you can see that this opens up into a rather large room. In the center are like 2 rows of columns, and alcoves kind of line this entire chamber. And again, the chanting is almost deafening at this point. And I will say, Ulrich, you and probably Evander, you would notice that it's gotten just a little quicker.
Mm.
The pace has increased just a bit. And Ulrich, because you already know the language, you will also pick up on, maybe after a couple renditions of it, that they've added some extra lines into what they were chanting. So you're able to pick up on the voices saying, "He is the ancient. He is the land." And now it's almost as if they've fallen away from mentioning of Orcus and the undead, and now they're just repeating this: "He is the ancient. He is the land. He is the ancient. He is the land."
And would I know if this maybe is a reference somehow to the Prince of the Undead, or is this a new kind of entity they're focusing on?
Yeah, this is completely new. You're not familiar with it. It doesn't ring a bell with anything else that you've read about or maybe have heard through stories.
And they're not mentioning Orcus or the Prince of the Undead anymore at this point?
Right.
Okay, well, when we get down there, and Ulrich's making sure that his dancing lights weren't so far ahead it was going to give them away, but enough light to make themselves down the stairs. And as soon as he hears this new loud chanting, I guess Tasso and Evander see him sort of lean against the wall, and he starts rocking back and forth for a second, and his eyes start to flutter, and he starts talking in the same voice for just a second. And then kind of snaps out of it and says, they're summoning something else now. It's not Orcus or the Prince of the Undead. I don't know what this is. There's some third entity that they're mentioning.
Evander wants to run up to him. We have to stop this. Then we have to do something to stop this before whatever they summon actually shows up.
All right, make a quick perception check for me, please, Evander.
Okay. Perception. Hey, that's my best perception yet.
Well, you're able to at least make out real quick. It catches your eye, but then you refocus back on Ulrich. Behind him in that alcove where he's standing in front of, there's this sealed jar, and it looks like the shrunken head of a halfling behind him.
Frodo.
Evander wants to like step up close to her and just look. He doesn't want to touch it, but he wants to look at it like in disgusted interest. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Get a closer
so
look.
You can even make out that at one point it had reddish colored hair. It's still immaculately preserved, and it's. I don't know if you've ever actually seen a severed head in real life, but it's like the
Tell
size
us.
of an apple.
Ooh.
Size of an
well,
apple. Wow.
Yeah, so they'll like. Well, I'm not going to get into it, but it's obviously
It's shrunken.
head of
Yeah.
a halfling. It's the face is like, in this weird contorted visage of
Expression.
fear and agony.
And from where we are right now, can we clearly see the people that were chanting?
No.
No, there's still more, just louder, and then otherwise empty.
It's not empty. Again, I can't always see what you guys see. So you do see that about Ulrich, from where you stand, there are 2 exits out of this room, and they lead further south.
Yes.
Yeah, we see
That's all.
those.
That's all that you can see.
And there's no, if I move my dancing lights around just cautiously, there's nothing hiding in the shadows or.
No, this is bright enough that you would be able to see anything
Okay.
within, in the corners or anything like that.
When I see Evander notice this jar, I start looking at the other alcoves to see if there's other strange items.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. There's quite a few strange items. You find like some severed fingers in a couple of them. They clearly the same person. Seems very large and masculine. Another feminine. You even find belong to a child. You see what maybe could be a fetus in one.
Ooh.
Yeah, and some eyeballs in another jar. So there's all sorts of weird things in here, mummified hands.
Do they look like
Things
they're
like-
displayed like trophies? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like, and just from my knowledge, does it seem like these are things that would be used in demonic rituals, or it just seems like some macabre decoration?
Yeah, it just seems like something that they wanted to collect.
Okay. Ulrich turns and just gives like a creeped out look to Evander and Tasso. Okay, I guess we're going. Just again, making my way down cautiously.
Yep.
Trying to look out for traps.
Evander's staying close because he really is getting creeped out even more and thinks like this is really important that they stop whatever's happening before it finishes.
Can we tell if either of these passages leads directly to the chanting more than the other, or does it seem the same?
Yeah, nope. There is a distinct difference. You would notice that the southeast one.
Lose our DM.
I hear.
Yeah, I hear too.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was
DM, are
off
you?
for a quick second, but I'm back now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So the
But-
southeast.
Yeah, the southeast, further east. You're in the west.
I'm I'm sneaking over there.
Okay.
Okay, looking down this southeast passage. I don't know if we want to wait for Zach to connect.
There he goes.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's the one where you hear the chanting coming from.
And if I bring my dancing light over, I want to try and reveal as much of the passage as I can without being obvious to anyone on the other side.
That'd be very difficult with light in a dark place.
If I move my dancing light away from me, do I see a source of light ahead?
There's no light ahead.
Just pure darkness.
Pure, absolute darkness.
Ugh. I turn to Evander and I say, they might see us coming with the light. It's just pure black up there.
Evander kind of turns to the others and says, if I can't see them, I won't be able to try to put them to sleep. So what do we do?
We just have to hope that they don't see us, I guess, that they're so involved in this ritual. It seems to be getting more intense.
We have to stop it somehow. I'm with you.
What are you guys gonna do?
Okay. Shoot. So the dancing light gives off, what is it? Forgot. Dim light for 20 feet?
I believe that.
Or is it 10 feet in each direction?
I think it's 20 feet.
That's what I remember.
Is it? Okay. I'm just going to keep it more or less above me as I make my way.
You're gonna make your way in?
Yeah, Evander wants to stay as close as possible because he wants to start casting his sleep spell as soon as he sees any being in this room, basically.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
So,
Ulrich.
Yes.
Ulrich, as you're making your way through this little hallway here, you can feel that it descends. There's a staircase below you.
Okay.
And you feel your foot slap into water, slosh around.
Oh.
And the stairs, you can tell with your lighting right above you, descends into this murky water. And that's all you can see at the moment.
How deep is it?
Still on the staircase. You don't know how deep it goes yet.
And the chanting is...
Hold on. Connor, I see you moving around. What are you wanting to do?
Connor was just going to go peek around this corner.
Okay. So, what was that page? You go ahead, peek around that corner. And again, it seems to turn into another corner further south. Did you want to continue?
Not at this time.
Okay. So then, Ulrich, are you going to continue down these steps into the water?
Is the chanting still audible?
Yes, absolutely. It's never stopped.
Okay. And then does it seem like this little passageway, these steps open up into something else? Or is it just a...
Yeah. You can see with your light that it does kind of open up into another room. But you're not able just yet to kind of maybe get a gauge on how deep this water is.
And does the water seem... Is it very murky? How clear is it?
Oh, no, it's very murky. You can't see through to the bottom. But you don't see any other movement outside of the own ripples that you've made with stepping into it.
I look back at Evander and Tasso and say, there's all this water here. I don't know how deep it is, or there could be something in it.
Evander says, if there's people in there chanting, they got to get in there somehow.
Unless they have some kind of guardian in the water.
So I'll hand my quarterstaff to him and say, test the depth with this.
All right. Start poking down.
Okay. Are you still going to remain on the staircase?
I'm going to make my way down cautiously and poke at the water and see how deep it goes.
All right. So while you're on the staircase, it doesn't get too deep. Once you reach what you think is the last step of this little like truncated staircase, and you kind of put the quarterstaff in a bit to kind of feel the bottom. You do finally hit feels like stone, like a stone bottom, and you would gauge that it's probably about 3.5 feet deep.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic at second level because those are the slots I have left now, and just see if there's anything in this area, in the water, just all over.
Okay, there's nothing per se within the water. I will say that you are picking up not so much like magical items or magical things, but a magical, like they're trying to bring forth something, and it's coming from the far end of this room that you can't see right now.
Oh, so it opens up really big. Okay.
Yeah, like you would need to move your token further in to see more.
Ulrich is moving forward, looking back over his shoulder, make sure Evander and Tasso are staying close.
Yeah, Evander stays
Yeah,
close.
You can move your dancing wherever you think it is.
Yeah, Evander
But
actually
from this
wants to.
vantage-
Yeah, Evander actually wants to tell Ulrich, if you want to move your light in, as long as I can see them, I can probably start casting my spell without getting deeper in here.
Okay.
As long as they're
I
within
just-
90 feet, I just got to see them.
Then I start moving my light slowly towards the far end of this passage, straight across from me.
Okay. So as you do that, you can definitely see a lot further into this room. That again is just surrounded by water. So the chanting has not stopped. It's gotten quicker the closer you've gotten to this room. It's gotten quicker. And you can tell that there's 2 steps to either side of you. There's this dais in the middle of this room. And I will say, standing where you are, if you take a quick glance up, you can tell that there's a raised gate above you.
It would shut off like right. It would come down right in front of us.
Yes, right in front of where you are right now. That's where it would cut you guys off at.
Is
Does
it
it
a
look
solid
spiky?
wall, or is it a portcullis?
Yeah, it's a portcullis. And upon this dais, you can see that there are chains kind of
Like manacles?
built into the actual stonework of this, and it seems to be stains of blood upon this. And that's pretty much it right now. But you don't see any people.
We see no people in the room.
No people in the room.
Does it sound like the chanting is coming from this room?
Yeah, it's definitely coming from this room.
I look back at Evander and Tasso like, what?
Evander's like confused. He's like, is there another room connected? Where is this chanting? Who's doing this?
Are they invisible or are these spirits?
Does Connor hear them speaking?
Oh, you guys aren't being quiet, are you?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's semi-whispering, but I'd like everyone to be able to hear.
And actually,
Connor hears them questioning whether these things are visible or not. He'll come try to take a look.
and
he does still have the see invisibility spell active.
Okay. So that's legitimately where your token is?
Yes.
All right.
Careful, there's a gate.
You see Ulrich right in front of you, and I'll need you to make a dex save. But that grate, the portcullis, slams down in front.
Watch out!
Oh no.
Oh!
I didn't mean for you to go in.
At this point, you would see these shadows in the corners of this room appear. And suddenly, in common for all of you guys to hear, the chanting changes. And it says over and over, one must die, one must die, one must die.
Oh.
And you also, Connard and definitely Ulrich, you would probably sense this. That there's this shifting of something across the room. And the water is rippling and moving as this, it's not even a creature, it's this thing moves towards you.
Ooh.
It looks like it's made of flesh and bone, and it's oozing blood and this viscous crap. It's kind of hunkering over. You can even, every now and then you can see a mouth or an eyeball move over to you, Connor. Now that it's been awakened. And that's, I think, where we'll leave it.
Connor, cage match. All right.
Yeah, cage match.
Wow. I don't think I'm putting that thing to sleep. Holy crap.
I was really hoping that Connor was just going to like share the step with Ulrich, but he stepped completely in. But that's okay.
Yeah. He's like, this is my area of expertise. Step out of the way.
Out of the way, peasants.
I love deep water where I don't know anything's inside of it or not.
And how deep did the water seem when I put the staff in it?
He's like neck deep, isn't he?
Nah, about 3 feet.
So he's neck
Ooh.
deep, right?
That's like
Yeah.
chest,
Oh, yeah.
chest to neck, yeah.
Connor, I thought he was at least 4. Well, yeah.
He's like
About
chest,
the shoulder.
high chest, top of the pecs.
51 inches, so he's 5'3".
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Kind of in this area that leads up to the steps. So you're probably at least another 6 inches above it before you get into the depth proper. But
Ooh.
I'm only like 4'2", so I can't even get in the water, and I'm weighed down by my armor.
Yeah.
Wow, you-
So I'm literally useless.
well, you're also not in there.
Yeah.
You guys are
That's the
cut
reason
off.
why I didn't go ahead of anyone.
We're going to have to be some major moral support for Connor, I'm thinking, next time.
Well, I guess we will see.
Oh,
All right.
man. Time to re-roll. Connor.
I know Connor's done the most with his spells with all his frozen hands or whatever.
It said one must die, and there's 2 of us in here. So
Oh no, it's
That's
just
true.
No,
Connor,
there's
don't
just
count Connor.
oh
out.
the creature. Yeah.
Connor to the creature.
Yep.
Oh, well. Well,
We
that was
believe in
awesome.
Connor.
That was,
Hashtag we believe.
yeah, hashtag remember. Maybe. But that was a lot of fun, Doreen. Thank you again for leading this. This
thanks,
has
Doreen.
been
Yep. Thank you.
absolute blast.
I'm hoping the next session goes well.
Have to get creative with what we can do through a great door, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
We
Yeah,
need
so
How wide are the slots in the door?
I'll tell you next session.
All right.
we need Andre the Giant who come up, and grab the portcullis.
Just, like, pull it.
That's
Well, you have
exactly.
another dwarf on the other side.
Okay. Just hold tight. We're gonna be there right there. We promise. Alrighty.
Can't wait for next session.
I know. I can't wait either. That's a great cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Door falls. See us next time. Wait 2 weeks to see what happens. Well,
Yeah,
again,
that's all I got for you guys.
well, thank you, Doreen, Archon, Jitterbug, Shogi, Zach, you wonderful folks for making this happen. This is a lot of fun for me because this is the darkest, spookiest D&D thing I've ever done. It's perfect for Halloween month. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
but thank you all for participating. Thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. Hope you guys and gals and wonderful folks will join us 2 weeks from today, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll continue this with a lovely 2-week cliffhanger. It's like TV when you don't get to watch the next episode till next month or something, right?
Yeah.
But we are going to head out. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll be playing some more stuff tomorrow, but in 2 weeks we will find out what happens to Connor and the rest of the gang. So everyone have a great rest of your weekend and peace out. Happy game. We'll see y'all next time. Later all.
Bye.